cognitive synergy. Going to be talking about Sam Altman and OpenAI's request for a massive multi-trillion or centabillion dollar bailout. This has caused shockwaves, temporary shockwaves through the AI industry. But what really happened and how the story unraveled, I'll go into here in soon. I'm Miles, a longtime founder and entrepreneur, top voice, and startup advisor on AI agent engineering. And I'm here to go over some of the most important topics on the AI agent build-out, where we're at, and how to seize the opportunity and quite literally the most valuable wealth transfer and opportunity, business opportunity, technology shift we have ever seen in human history. So I'm going to go over this. Sam Altman recently, got on the B2G, I believe it's the B2G podcast with, I believe, Brad Gerstner. Very good podcast, by the way, if you watch it. Don't worry about the politics side, but these are very smart individuals who really know what they're talking about in Silicon Valley, are dead on, have a pulse on the correct places, and are well established, well connected VC investors in San Francisco and the Bay Area and the startup ecosystem, and have done really well with their, have been very successful in his endeavors. Him and his partner on the podcast as well. But check it out. And in a recent interview, Sam Altman was quite spicy when, after being asked, hey, how are you supposed to, these are $1 trillion commitments, multi-trillion, deca-trillion dollar commitments that OpenAI is making over, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, sometimes over 3 years. How is this supposed to be paid for if you have these commitments? And Sam Altman is absolutely, politely shouting to the industry, we need more compute. We need more compute. It is true. Excuse me. This AI agent revolution, these AI models take a lot of fucking compute. I mean, they take, especially associated with the video generation models, image generation models. Each new class of reasoning engines that come out, the usage of these models are just spiking, and there's simply not enough compute. Sam Altman, Anthropic, Google, Meta, they're all saying the same thing right now, which is we are highly compute constrained. If they were just to have more compute, they would be able to lower latency. They would be able to do larger, faster training runs. That's just what's going on right now. The whole AI industry is quite literally being bottlenecked at compute, and then shortly after compute energy, which will take even longer to build out. So with all this being said, Sam Altman is making commitments far into the future in the $1 trillion mark to and with NVIDIA and AMD and all these compute chip making companies and manufacturing companies, and to get as much hands on as much compute as entirely possible. Microsoft, I believe Amazon deal, so many commitments into the future, which they don't have the revenues for. I mean, it's on the order of like, maybe less than 1%, like a fraction of a percent of their yearly revenue. If we're taking a snapshot in time today, it actually pay for this, amortized out year by year. So the revenue's not there, but my gosh, it's growing quickly, and there's no signs of it slowing down. Maybe the larger concern, it seems in Sam Altman's mind, is, if you slow down compute build out, which it's been building out, but if you slow down compute build out, that's the only thing that's going to slow down their revenue growth. So you have this chicken and egg situation. We need money. The whole industry needs to pay for money. Sam Altman and OpenAI are actually literally doing that as well, actually getting into the compute business, actually helping establish, set up, manage data centers, compute chips, getting into the infrastructure layer, investing in their own money and their own capital into this, committing out into the future. cloud compute. So kind of reserving these chips that don't even exist yet out in advance, thinking, my gosh, I need to signal to the whole industry we need so much more compute. This is being very aggressive. So all that being said, Sam Altman's getting on this podcast being asked, how can you pay for trillions of dollars worth of compute, or I believe it's centabillions of dollars area over the next several years based on your revenue? And Sam Altman did not like that. His had two major points. Brad Gerstner, if you want to sell your shares and you're unsure, then I'm sure another investor will invest. They believe in this, in the future of this revenue growth, etc. Very like, he's like, stop it, like I don't want to hear this question ever again. Basically, Brad's like, backtracking. No, I want to keep my stocks, to be clear. But also Sam Altman is like, we have much more revenue than is being reported, because it's all hearsay. It's all leaked information, basically, kind of reading between the lines, trying to put the deals together, and coming up with an estimate of formulation about how much OpenAI is. It's a private company; they don't have to publicly, announce their revenue. What I will say is that OpenAI, Sam Altman is just doesn't like the question at all. It was kind of a running joke on the All In podcast that moment popped the AI bubble. It didn't. It was a little wobbly. Went down, went back up today, by the way, on Monday here. So pretty crazy. Now pair that with kind of what's going on in the government shutdowns, and Sam Altman is allegedly, reportedly, kind of behind the scenes. It's been reported and confirmed that Sam Altman is kind of requesting a little bit of backstop, a little bit of guarantees on some of the commitments associated with this, not wanting the contracts to kind of fall through the cracks and fail, especially after this question. We were like, wait, he doesn't have the money, technically, yet. Maybe revenue will grow into it. Now he's asking for the government for money, our hard-earned taxpayer dollars to pay for, his, to ensure and de-risk all of the commitments that he's made in the future. Like, wait a second, this is starting to smell bad. Like, this is starting to be like really concerning. Like, why does the government have to get involved? Is there a big, problem in the underbelly of OpenAI, and therefore the whole AI section of the U.S. economy, and therefore the U.S. Stock market growth and economic, job increases and GDP growth? We might, is a bubble popping? Is a bubble popping? And the answer is no. NVIDIA, many others, AI mag companies, stocks prices and valuations, market caps came back up today, as expected. And only wish you got this video out earlier, because but the story unraveled very quickly. Bloomberg Tech very much put closure to the deal in their reporting. It's very clear, like, this is not a systematic problem. This is an extremely and I would say very respectful, admirable move, power play by Sam Altman to try to get some guarantees from the U.S. government, which won't happen, by the way. But they're trying to he's trying to utilize that to then take out more loans and more commitments. If you are ever resource constrained, which compute is, you got to think, okay, how can I kind of get more guarantees over here? How do I get more capital over here? If I'm therefore compute capital constrained, how do I get more loans over here at a reasonable rate? Or how do I have the government kind of guarantee this so then I can use capital in other ways? If he were to get, if Sam Altman were to get, ideally in his ideal world, a quote unquote backstop, and it's definitely not a bailout, kind of guarantees on these commitments, then he would just simply, have good commitments and be able to partner with even more infrastructure layer companies and build out even more compute. He's literally like, okay, I have guarantees over here, but I'm even better standing with the infrastructure layer and chips, everything that's needed. So I'm going to build even more compute. So that's literally what he's thinking right now. if he could do that. So yeah, so that's pretty much it. Like, gosh, it's insane. He really believes like we're only moving forward in this AI agent revolution, in this AI revolution, if we have more compute. And he's just finding any possible way. And from the outside, it looks bad. Seems desperate, but it is kind of desperate in a extremely optimistic way, in an extremely pioneering way, in an extreme way. Far into the future, we need this much compute, and really risking on and betting the farm on the fact that this growth is going to keep coming in and grow even faster than it already is. So, yeah, fascinating what's happening right now. Unprecedented. And what that means for AI agent builders like you and myself is that compute is just going to get cheaper for the most part. Therefore, inference is going to get cheaper, faster, better. These models are going to continue to get better. So token costs are going to continue to go down rapidly. That's amazing because that is the bottleneck for AI agent builders like you and myself in order to build high quality AI agents that are specific to like the client, small business, large enterprise, individuals' needs. To be able to operate efficiently and run effectively. Just giving us more opportunity here at the application layer, which is the AI agent revolution. Largest opportunity to start building, make sure AI agents understand the preferences, policies, and procedures of every individual small business and enterprise that you serve in a very nuanced way. Make sure it learns really well. And with that being said, I will see you on the other side.